Welcome back to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thanks again for joining us. We are joined by, Michael Learned. I've known her for so many years. She was one of my mothers in the 70s, along with Florence Henderson and all the great ladies of that era. It's amazing to me that the Waltons is coming up on its 40th anniversary. That's the premiere, not its cancellation, let's call it. Talk to us about that. It kind of will play into what we're going to talk about later.
Well, the premiere actually was called The Homecoming with Patricia Neal.
Right.
I don't know if you saw that or not.
But I'm sure I did when I was younger.
It's still a wonderful,
Right.
It'll be a classic forever, I
Right.
think. And so I was privileged. I was told that she didn't want to do a series, that she didn't feel she was up for it. And she and I became dear friends over the years, and she then at one point said, no, I did want to do it, but they didn't ask me.
And what's amazing is that the series is doing quite well, thank you very much, on the Hallmark Channel right now.
It is, and I think it's on 2 other channels, too.
I believe it, and internationally, no doubt, which is interesting to think, because now you are an actress that is older, I think that's fair to say, and let's face it,
Much older.
And in Hollywood, we tend not to value actors that are older, and especially women. But the good thing is that you're in a play right now in Burbank, right nearby, that celebrates older actors and actresses through a plot line that's really about relationships of those that are advanced.
You said it perfectly. I don't have to do any work at all. Thank you.
Tell me the love of
No,
it's called Southern Comforts. It's playing at the Falcon Theatre on Riverside Drive. Tell us about it.
Well, it's exactly what you said. And what is so nice about it is that young people relate to it, too, because it's about a new relationship and sort of trying to define your boundaries and who you are with each other, and giving up some and not giving up other things, and also to have 2 older people who are actually turned on by each other, which is really rare in this country, you know.
How are we going to get to a place where we start seeing that, not only in theater but on television, in movies? I mean, often when you see that type of plot line, it's more comedic and not in a good way.
Well, this show is funny.
But that's in a good way, but it's more poking fun.
No.
Right.
No, this doesn't poke fun unless they poke at it themselves.
Right, exactly.
But, and that's sweet of you to say. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's sort of like a disease to be old in this country, but I think it's going to change now that the baby boomers are coming
It has
up.
to. I mean, literally, it has to.
And you know, I just wish they'd make clothes with sleeves, you know? Come on, let's have some dresses with long sleeves on.
You look beautiful right now.
But yeah, I think it's going to change. And I remember once, I just have to tell you real quick, I went to a Japanese restaurant with a dear friend of mine who was quite old, in her 90s, and Japanese. And it was while the show was really hot. And we walked in the door and they all started clapping and bowing, you know.
Right.
I thought they wuld recognized me, but they were doing it for her.
Really?
Because in Japan, old people are revered.
I mean, that anecdote says a lot about some of the failings of our society, and it brings me back to the Waltons, because the Waltons really taught us the power of the family, the power of the grandparents. I mean, think about those grandparents in that series, and think about how today so many of us don't have the benefit of a strong role model that may be a grandparent. We live in different cities, they're not nearby.
In all fairness, I mean, I agree with you, but in all fairness, I do think in parts of the country, old people are taken care of.
Yes,
and,
no, it's not all bad.
But there does come a time, and we all fear it, all of those of us who are not young like you.
Well, I don't know about
we
that,
all
but
wonder when that time is going to come for us, when we're going to have to go somewhere or be put somewhere, and we just hope that our kids love us enough to put us in a nice place. Of
course we do. America loves you. You're America's mom, just like Florence Henderson, who I had dinner with on Saturday.
Isn't she a sweetheart?
She was wonderful.
She's
The play is
best.
called Southern Comforts. It's playing at the Falcon Theatre in Burbank. It's playing through November 13th. Is that right? All the way through,
Yes.
Sunday. I'm Brad Pomerance, back to HLN.
First, there was C-SPAN. Today, there's a California channel. I'm John Hancock, and I'm inviting you to stay informed by tuning to the California channel on Charter's Channel 177. The California channel is a people's television funded entirely by California's cable television industry. So tune in daily for gavel-to-gavel coverage of California's legislative debates, press conferences, and more. The California channel, educating a new generation of civic leaders and voting citizens.